What if you were born into a society that demanded your cruelty, yet your soul whispered for kindness? Imagine descending into the lightless depths of the Underdark, where the air is thick with sulfur, and the only illumination comes from the eerie glow of bioluminescent fungi. Here, in the twisted city of Menzoberranzan, survival is not a right, but a privilege earned through betrayal, murder, and absolute devotion to the Spider Queen, Lolth. This is the harrowing origin story of Drizzt in Homeland, the first book of the Legend of Drizzt series by R.A. Salvatore. If you are looking for an audiobook that redefines the concept of the hero by placing him in the heart of villainy, this is the listen that will challenge your perceptions of good and evil. Salvatore masterfully crafts a narrative that is both a brutal critique of a matriarchal, chaotic society and a poignant tale of one elf's struggle to remain true to himself in a world that rewards only darkness. The story follows Drizzt, the third son of House Drizzt, a noble family striving to regain its lost status in the rigid hierarchy of Drow society. From birth, Drizzt is marked for sacrifice or servitude, but his innate curiosity and moral compass set him apart from his kin. While his sisters vie for power through assassination and political maneuvering, and his father struggles to maintain their standing, Drizzt finds solace in the wilds above the city and in the companionship of Gwenhwyvar, a magical panther summoned from an astral plane. As he comes of age, he is forced into the brutal training of the Warrior Academy, where he excels not out of bloodlust, but out of a desire to master his craft. However, his refusal to kill without cause and his growing empathy mark him as an outlier, a heretic in the eyes of his people. The tension builds as Drizzt realizes that to survive his family's expectations, he must either lose his soul or leave his home forever. What makes Homeland such a compelling audiobook experience is its immersive world-building and the internal conflict of its protagonist. The narration captures the cold, calculating voices of the Drow matrons and the quiet, reflective tone of Drizzt's internal monologue. The audiobook format enhances the sensory immersion, allowing listeners to feel the oppressive weight of the stone ceilings, hear the skittering of giant spiders, and sense the constant threat of violence that permeates Drow life. The contrast between the chaotic, cruel society of Menzoberranzan and Drizzt's emerging code of honor creates a dynamic atmosphere that is both terrifying and inspiring. You are not just observing Drizzt's journey, you are experiencing the suffocating pressure of a culture that demands conformity through fear. The psychological depth of the novel adds another layer of intrigue. Drizzt is not a typical hero. He is a product of his environment who chooses to reject it. His relationship with his father, Zaknafein, is complex and tragic, offering a glimpse of the man Drizzt could have become had he not chosen a different path. The villainies are not cartoonish evildoers, but products of a system that values power above all else, making the conflict feel realistic and deeply unsettling. This moral ambiguity keeps the listener engaged, as there are no easy answers in a world where love is a weakness and mercy is a fatal flaw. The theme of identity is central, raising questions about whether we are defined by our birth or our choices.